Anti-vaccine protests outside hospitals and schools in BC have sparked outrage. Now the province is considering tougher laws to avoid a repeat. The Premier today saying BC is working on similar legislation to Quebec that would create no protest zones. CTV's Binder Sudjan has more.
After protests blocked cancer patients from getting treatment in Vancouver,
they're injecting something into our children.
And students in Salmon Arm were under lockdown after those opposed to vaccines and vaccine passports entered several schools. BC now appears ready to crack down.
I think all British Columbians are perplexed that people who have a different point of view, a minority view, would choose to disrupt children in education settings or patients in healthcare settings to get their point across.
John Horgan says he's hoping those tactics are a thing of the past, but just in case, work is happening behind the scenes to find ways to make sure it doesn't happen again.
It's something that we don't do lightly, but we do in the interest of the vast majority of British Columbians who want to know that they can go about their business free from intolerance from a select few.
Quebec bringing forward a bill today to try and prevent protests near schools, hospitals, daycares, and vaccination clinics with hefty fines. The Premier there prepared for a court challenge.
We want to make sure that people will not win trying to say that the law is unacceptable.
Dogged by protests on the campaign trail, Justin Trudeau vowed to make it a criminal code offense to intimidate healthcare workers or block access.
It's not right that the people tasked with keeping us safe and alive during this pandemic should be exposed to hatred, violence, fear, and intimidation.
BC already has a so-called bubble zone around abortion clinics. It's unclear what form the new rules will take. The protests were widely condemned.
We are working, the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, on legislation or perhaps policy changes to existing regulations.
The province can't say yet whether a breach would result in fines. Binder Sudjan, CTV News, Victoria.